They come around, but they never come close. A storm gathering when I saw all hail the honorable, like was phenomenal. This rap song.
Last but certainly not least, this is a good one, y'all. What made you want to become an actor? This is superhero origin story. Alright, so I remember I was 18 years old, right? And I was in college. Freshman in college at CSUN. And at this particular time, it was the first time in my life where I really didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. Like, I always had a plan. I wanted to be this, wanted to be that. I knew what I wanted to do in my life. This is the first time in my life where I really didn't know. So at the time, I used to smoke like a lot of weed, right? I don't anymore, but I used to smoke a lot of weed. So I was gonna get high, you know what I'm saying, figure shit out, because I was really like, I don't want to say tripping, but I was like really like kind of panicking. I don't know what my next step is, right? So something just kept telling me that I understand now is a Holy Spirit God class. So I put the weed down. Now Christians don't cheer too loudly. Okay, you can share about that, but not about the weed, because I kept smoking many years after that shit and a lot of weed. Alright, so don't cheer too loud for that shit. So I go to class and I had this professor by the name of Johnny Scott, man. R.I.P. Johnny Scott. You know, just a little background on him, man. He's been at CSUN for, I mean, he taught my mom. That's how long he's been a professor. But he's also been like, I think he said he went to Harvard and Stanford, and he's been an editor of New York Times, LA Times. He's been around a lot of good writers, right? A lot of really the cream of the crop of academia, if you will. And we had this department wide kind of contest for a narrative essay. Now my department was Afro-American Studies, and like how it worked, I'm not sure if it's still like this, but you can take your GEs in whatever department that you want. So my mom, you know, had news people up there, and she was like, listen, you want to, you know, have your classes in this department because, you know, you're a black person, you want to be around some black folks, they're gonna show you like a little more love, like, you know, I'm trying to help you out a little bit, like when you get lost at. I said, all right, cool. So that's how I ended up there. But we took this test, this narrative essay test, and to be frank with y'all, man, I didn't think I was gonna do good, because the class that I was in was technically remedial English, and I was in the class with a few of my old people from high school. We went to the same college, and we sitting in this class, like people from other schools are saying shit like how to use a semicolon and all that shit, and like, you know, metaphor versus simile, and we just looking like, what the hell is all, like, our high school did not prepare us for none of this shit, bro. Like, we just graduated and I was just so lost. So just getting there, I already felt like I was behind the 8 ball, like just with the other kids, right? So we had this department wide essay test. They turned into a contest, and that was like, yo, the narrative is, you know, tell us about a real experience that you went through and how you got past that shit. Now at that time, I'm 18 years old, I ain't gonna hold y'all, I didn't have anything that I felt was narrative worthy that I've been through and like got past. Like, it was nothing, so I made this shit up. But I just tried, my whole thing was I just want to just pass this thing, because I'm already feeling like I'm way behind. My work is kind of like hit and miss. I want to just pass. This is worth way too much of my grade. I want to just pass. So fast forward back to the day when I'm panicking and shit. I get in Johnny Scott's class, and he's doing one of his famous lectures and shit, which I personally prefer because I don't like doing the work no way. But I'm in his class, and he's reading off the winners. And he's like, yo, it was an 11-way tie, man. I can't believe, man. And like, no, a few of the winners were in this class right here. So he's rattling off names, and I'm like, man, I know it ain't me. I just sat back. I was like, well, I mean, hey, listen, whoever won, good luck to y'all niggas, man. I know it ain't me. So he called like a name, then a name, and he was like, one by one. Now this person right here did really, really good. They surprised me. He said, Brother Marcus. Me? So I said, me? Me? Everybody was looking like, oh shit. I was like, oh my god. I'm gonna hold y'all. I did not expect to win that thing at all. Like I said, I was just trying to just pass, bro. But it was a narrative essay. So for those who don't know, basically like a story, you know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind, story, right? So he had some of the winners, read their stuff. And I'm thinking, oh shit, man, my shit probably like the worst of the class. I probably just barely made it. Oh man, my shit it'll be the best. Or one of the best. My shit was, and this is like other people saying this to me. It wasn't like me, but I could also kind of like, see, like, I was like, they won? They won? Like, it's kind of hearing like the stories, I was like, I didn't think mine was that good, but damn. So I'm thinking, and again, he gave me a lot of high praise. He said, Marcus is one of the most creative writers that I've seen in my entire life. I remember him saying that shit. I remember like it was yesterday, like him saying that shit. And to me, that really stuck out because I was just like, this man has been at Harvard, he's been at Stanford, he's been an editor at New York Times and LA Times. Like, he's been around some writers. So to say that I'm one of the most creative writers at 18 years old, a nigga who was in remedial English, it says to me a lot. Shortly after that, I had a homegirl, right? We're gonna just call her Brittany. Brittany had this homeboy, we can call him Jamal, right? He was a creative as well, and me and Brittany kind of shared our past. Like, we did like a little bit of things there. Like, I did like a couple skits at school. She used to do acting in school, so we just had like a love for the arts, right? At that time, for me, it was like more of like a hobby, but I really loved to do it. So she was just like, yo, Jamal, like he finna do this like a Facebook skit. Y'all, this is 2011. This is 2011. It's back in the G, alright. It wasn't TikTok, then the Vine, none of that yet. Instagram was kind of like a new thing. So he was like, he wanna do this Facebook skit. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I like doing skits on Facebook. But the way she described it, she was kind of like, listen, he be on some out there type of shit. It don't make no sense half the time. Like, I'm all for being different and all that. It don't be coherent, it don't be cohesive, but just look, if you wanna do it, I know you like acting, me too, let's just do it. I said, all right, Noah, you my homegirl, I got you, let's roll. Now the nigga gave us the scripts. Or better yet, just told us the idea, because like there was no script. It's like, yeah, so this is the idea. And I'm like, nigga, not only is this idea bad, I don't have shit to work with, big dog. Like, I don't have nothing. My homegirl was like, kind of like looking like, I told you. So I'm like, all right, whatever, cool. So I just ad-libbed my whole little shit, and like, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, this is such ass. Like, this really fucking sucks. Like, this is just utter bullshit. So a couple weeks later, my homegirl Brittany called me. She's like, yo, Bruce, man, Jamal posted his skit. I said, word? She said, yeah. I said, like, how it's looking? She was like, I ain't gonna lie, it's like you thought, like it's bad, but you did really, really good. You should go watch. I said, word? She's like, yeah, like she's like, I didn't even do good. I'm a little embarrassed, like seeing it myself, but she's like, you did really, really good. Go watch it just to see how good you did. I said, okay, cool. Now again, I'm thinking she hyping it up. You know what I'm saying? She pumping it. She blowing smoke up my ass. I even want to say it because I'm like, my nigga, like, I was there. But it can't be as good as you saying. So I watched this shit. Now the skit itself was terrible. It didn't make no, like, it's actually worse than I thought it was gonna be. Because the idea that he told us, I was like, I can kind of see you gotta finesse that thing with some stank on it. That nigga just was like, just put it together. But I watched how I got down, and I was really impressed by what I did. And I'm not somebody who's just easily impressed, right? I really impressed myself, and I didn't think my homegirl did bad. She kind of was just feeding off of me, because like you could really tell she didn't know what to do. She really just fed off of me, and she did good, but she was like, "Nah, you killed it." And I feel like in a season where I was kind of like lost and unsure, God was like, before we go any further, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna reveal to you why I created you and make this so painfully obvious. And ever since then, man, I've been doing my best to kind of like get myself out there as far as doing, acting. I've been in many skits, like many plays. I've been, did my own show, on YouTube and everything. I've just done stuff over the years, and I went to acting school and all that. And you know, God once again revealed to me that He wants me to do my own independent thing and go from there. So, long-winded way to answer this question, and that's what made me become an actor. I was really a kid, just kind of lost in college. As a freshman, I didn't know where to go, and God was like, "I got you. Come this way. Put the weed. Put that down. Put the weed down, and come this way. I got you. Come with me to your future. Come with me to show you why I made you." And I have not regretted that choice ever since then, man.